Hi everyone, this is a video from Amanda Ellis and welcome to my channel if you're new to being here. What I'm going to be doing in this particular reading is I'm going to look at the energy around Donald Trump and the election in November, but particularly I'm focusing in on Trump and his energy. I've already looked at Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, did that, I don't know, a month or so ago. You can look back at my channel and have a look at that if you'd like to. I've actually been wondering how to do this particular video because the truth is everybody has an opinion on Donald Trump, and certainly in YouTube land there are a lot of people within the spiritual community who have got very strong opinions and who are saying things linked into the fact that he's definitely going to come back into power, or he definitely isn't. And I'm my own man, to be perfectly honest. I want to see what I'm going to get. And if you watch my work, you'll know that I always try and be neutral. And I thought this might be the most neutral way to try and do it. The reason why you're not seeing me on camera is because I've actually laid some cards out already. And I'm going to tell you they're all subjects that we're going to be looking at. And then I'm going to pull a card to go on top of each one. So let's get to it. Oh, before I do get to it, I must just say, within the last 5 minutes, there's 2 messages come in. One from somebody who's just watched a video that I made with Steve Judd in 2018. And Steve and I looked at the energy of Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, Melania Trump and Donald Trump. And I say in the segment on Donald Trump, they'll have to drag him screaming out of the White House to remove him. So I'm just saying somebody noticed that I'd said that in 2018. I also ended the video by saying we're all going to be wearing masks by then. It was a flippant comment at the time, which obviously I didn't really appreciate exactly what I was saying. Steve and I were also playing with masks, so you know it was sort of it was relevant at the time, but it's taken on even greater relevance now. So yeah, I got that message in about what I've said in 2018, and then I've also just got another message in from somebody saying, yeah, Donald Trump is definitely going to win, and so I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm going to go in and have a look myself. So anybody that comes to my channel is welcome. Just come with the energy of 5th dimensional consciousness is all that I ask, and love and respect for each other. If I have switched off the comments on this, it's because my time is precious and I don't really need the hassle of looking through loads of abuse. So that's why I'm doing it. That's why I might have switched off the comments. Anyway, let's just see whatever's going to come up in this video. I'll take you through what the cards are. This one is the card for the querent. Okay, so this will be the card for Trump's overall energy at this time. It's like a signifier card for Donald Trump. We've got the card of the past. So what is in Donald's past? We've got what is in Donald's present. We have a card which is going to be about what obstacles are there around him. What is his strategy? What positive surroundings does he have around him? This may also include people, of course. What personal message would Donald like to give to us? A wild card, which could be anything that Spirit wants to say. How does Donald Trump's future look? What is the likely outcome? And let's make this one linked into the election. Why is this happening? And then another wild card. So I'm going to do it in a slightly different way to how I've been seeing other people doing this. These cards are from a deck by Dina Roseberry called First Light Tarot. I've got them here. basically they're the major arcana. But I've also got the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, which I'm also going to be using as well. So I've got 2 different decks. And I'm just going to go with what Spirit say to me in terms of which card needs to go where. So let's pull in the energy of my main guide, which is Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron, please allow whatever messages of truth need to come through today. Let us be able to see the energy of Donald Trump, the truth of that, the reality of that. Let us be able to see what is behind him, around him now, and in front of him. And also allow him a voice here, personal message to us, as well as any likely outcome as of today's date, which is September the 28th, in terms of outcome. It's interesting, as I said that card flipped out, which is the 2 of Pentacles. And I will just say, I'm going to put a little disclaimer up right now. The fact that that card has come up when I was talking about we're going to be pulling a card for the election, that says to me, please remember that whatever is said here, that there are it's undecided. It's actually undecided in the astral realm. And that's why I felt it was important for me to come on and do this video, because a lot of people are just saying it's definitely going to be one way or the other. And what I'm picking up straight away, 2 of Pentacles, is 2 different opportunities, 2 different options, 2 different choices, weighing it up. One is slightly, they're both orange, interestingly, okay? One is a softer orange, one is a darker orange. She's also wearing an orange skirt. I'm linking into orange for reasons that might be apparent, but equally also because you will see I work with the energy of Archangel Metatron, and Metatron is all about the orange ray. Attunement and connection to Metatron is via orange. So we've got all this orange energy around these 2 choices, these 2 options. First thing to say, I'm going to put that one back into the... No, I'm not going to put it back into the pack. Metatron's saying keep that out there to remind people that it isn't actually decided yet. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so let's just pull some cards for... Okay, Metatron's saying pull 1 card from each deck for this one in terms of Donald Trump's signature energy. And 1 card from here. Donald Trump's signature energy. Thank you. I'm going to do 1 line at a time. Donald Trump's past. We're just going to have 1 card from this deck, I'm hearing, okay? Donald Trump's past. Donald Trump's past. Don't know why I'm putting that down very reverently. Okay, present energy around Trump. 2 cards. 1 from this, 1 from the other. Present energy around Donald Trump. Definitely that one. Okay, Metatron's saying another one from this deck. Okay. And then you might say, well, why are you just not telling us what Metatron's saying? The reason I'm doing it this way is so that people can see me pulling these cards on camera live, trying to be as neutral as I can. Because sometimes people are coming out and just saying so-and-so says this, and this is just another way to show you what message needs to come through. The cards are going to speak for themselves. What obstacles does he have around him? What obstacles does he have around him? That one. And only that one, I'm hearing. Okay. Right, shall we see what's going on? Querent, Donald Trump. signature energy. The Page of Cups. Sorry, can you see that? The Page of Cups. And he's also got Justice. He's got the Justice card. And this is a number 11. So number 11 takes us into the 11th month, which obviously is linked into when the election is taking place. But what's on his mind, here he is, the Page of Cups. This says evidence, thinking, and verdicts. So his energy right now is all linked into what verdict is going to be given on me in November. What evidence do people have linked into me? So I'm going to turn my light off. There's a bit of reflection on this, isn't there? Where's my button? Is that a bit... No, then it's completely dark. Okay, we'll have to do a bit of glare, I'm afraid. Yeah, what evidence do they have on me? What verdict is going to be reached upon me? And thinking through how I get myself out of this is what I'm hearing, okay? I'm viewing this as a big knotted ball of energy. Obviously it's not, but I mean, that's how I'm interpreting it. It's a big knotted ball of energy. Interesting that he's coming through as the page rather than the king. So you see, I've always felt this with Donald Trump. I have to say that what you see on the surface, sometimes there's quite a bit of bluster. And I don't think he actually is as confident as he appears to be on the surface. I've said that consistently in every single reading I've ever done with him, because I'm really surprised to see it's a page and not a king. I'm also rather intrigued by the fact that we've got these feet that are just hanging from the air, and there's a pig there. There's a pig, and there's that expression, pigs might fly. I'm wanting to say that in his head, despite any evidence that might be presented to the contrary, that he is viewing it as whatever is brought up against him, pigs might fly. Do you understand the expression pigs might fly? I don't know if it's just a UK reference point or whether it's a global reference point. It means that surely can't be true. That surely can't happen. Let's carry on. Let's just see. It's a really unusual card, that. Really unusual. What's going on in his past? The Sun. Being lauded. Feeling very confident. Centre of the stage. Illuminated. Liking the attention and the glory. Success. The Sun is the Sun. Plenty of life force energy. Feeling very strong physically. Feeling strong and connected into something higher than himself. Feeling good. It's in the past position. Let's have a look what's in the present position. In the present position, we've got the energy of the Tower and we've got the Eight of Wands. Very fast moving energy. Eight of Wands is very fast moving energy coming towards him. Now remember, this is not a reading on the USA. This is a reading on him. So this is a Tower moment for him. The Tower by nature is something which is allowing a process in whereby you let go of what you know is no longer sustainable. It usually is quite shocking. It can often be something you don't see it coming, and it's coming in fast. It's also coming in around him from multiple sources. Multiple sources, multiple energy streams. Eight of Wands is coming, the Tower is falling. His Tower is falling. This is not the USA I'm reading for, it's him. What obstacles does he have around him at this time. What he has around him as an obstacle is the Hanged Man, which the Hanged Man is where you're being asked to look at something from a different perspective, to start to see things from a different angle, to have a suspension whereby you have what it says here is turning points, decisions, transition, crossroads. So the fact that the Hanged Man is in a challenge position as an obstacle is saying to me that he has got himself into a situation that he either can't talk his way out of, or can't see his way out of, or he feels as though he is cornered in some way. If it's not that interpretation, it's the fact that he may have other advisors around him, could be family members as well, who are saying to him, you need to change course, you need to maybe communicate in a different way, you need to do it in a different way. And he is saying, no, that I can't do, for some reason he can't do that. The question would be why he can't do that. So maybe that might show up in one of the wild cards that comes through. But the Hanged Man as an obstacle is really interesting. It's as though I can't change course is what I'm hearing. I can't change course. So it's almost as though, even though you can see potentially, even though the tower does come in unexpectedly, even if you could see the tower coming in, I can't change course. The tower is going to fall. I can't change course. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can do that's going to stop this from happening. This top line is all about this situation here linked into justice, decisions and verdicts and evidence. As I record this today, on the 28th of September, there is news about his tax that he has either paid or not paid over the last few years. He is saying it is fake news and that, you know, I assume he has paid more tax than is being reported in certain sections of the media. But at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to, is this pie in the sky? Is this, as we would say, porkies? Porkies is another word for lies. Is it lies? Or is there evidence? Is the hard evidence that backs up what the media are saying, which ultimately is going to lead to a fall from grace, a tower moment, and a crossroads energy? That's how I'm reading that first line. Okay, let's see what his strategy is then. Let's see what strategy he may have to deal with what we're reading on here. What strategy does Trump have? Only that card I'm hearing. Okay. What is positive around him? Oh, okay. That card. All right. What personal message would Donald Trump like to give to us that is watching? What personal message would Donald Trump like to give to those of us that are watching? This row is just going to be this deck I'm hearing. Okay, what's the wild card? What don't we know? What's the wild card? I also want to pull one card from here for the wild card. This is the Moonology deck. Wild card, second row, Metatron. Thank you. Okay, let's get going with the second row. Whoops. What strategy does he have? We've got the card of perspective. So his defense, his opinion, his position would be, with regard to anything that may be being said about him, is that it depends upon the perspective that you look at it from? That's a very unsatisfactory answer. So I'm going to pull another card that goes with that. Because that just feels like a cop-out. I'm sorry, but it does. What's your strategy? Your strategy, it depends on the perspective you look. I need a clarification on this. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper. What's his strategy? What is his strategy? Donald Trump, what is his strategy? The Queen of Pentacles. What's on the bottom of the deck I'm hearing? The High Priestess. High Priestess is something that you can't see, but equally the High Priestess is a connection to spirit. So his strategy is to... This is an interesting thing that I'm hearing. I'm hearing his strategy is he's waiting for divine intervention. That could just be divine intervention to help him out, okay? It's literally like sending out a prayer to the universe, to God, for help. But it came in with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I'm wanting to say the strategy appears to be to blame this woman. Whoever this woman is, you can maybe hazard a guess who that woman could be. To blame the Queen of Pentacles for what he finds himself in. I do have to say that the Queen of Pentacles in this particular deck has got a darker skin tone. It makes me think of somebody like Kamala Harris, potentially even Michelle Obama. I'm not very up on all of the players in American politics, so it may well be somebody else as well. Oh, there's also the other lady I did see in the news today. I'm sorry, and she does wear she wears a headpiece, a head garment like that. Let me just see if I can find out what she's called. American people watching me will know straight away what she's called, I'm sure. This lady, I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Ilhan Omar. I'm seeing her, okay? She looks very like, can you see she looks very like the lady on the card? So what's he saying? He's saying Donald Trump demands US attorneys launch an investigation into this lady following a report her supporters illegally harvested ballots in Minnesota. Okay, so he's wanting his own Justice Department to investigate this lady. Right, so, I mean, it may be her. I don't actually think it is. I think it's not just her. I think it's almost like I want to say there's a group of women who he is wanting to blame. But I have to say that she looks like she's sitting quite pretty there, okay? These women that he's sort of set his sights to or against are looking quite pretty and they're sitting quite pretty rather. But he is definitely waiting for some sort of divine help here. Very interesting cards. Positive surroundings. What are the positive surroundings around him at the moment? The Magician. That's a nice card for him. It's a very good card. He believes that he has all of the tools on the table to be able to get himself out of whatever this is up here, to probably win the election. In his mind's eye, he's the Magician. He can win. He has creativity. He has a power. Interestingly, on this card, it says illusion. Now, you know, on a traditional tarot deck, which this is not, clearly, I normally wouldn't put illusion with the Magician. But it does say illusion on this card linked into the Magician. So either he's going to carry out the greatest illusionary trick and abracadabra, he's back in for another 4 years, or is it an illusion that he has the power and the creativity to succeed and win against all odds? Because it does feel as though there's an energy here, particularly with the Tower and the inability to change course or be flexible and adaptable, because we're in times where we all need to be flexible and adaptable, whether we're the President of the United States or we're Joe Bloggs who lives down the road. You know, we're in an era where we have to be adaptable and flexible. So it's just really strange that we've got those two major arcanas there in the present environment and also linked into obstacles. But, you know, this was a card which was linked into positive surroundings. So I think this is more in his mind's eye. He believes that he's able to do it. Okay, he's able to win. He has the ability. He has the resource. He has the support. The magician is the one also, again, who, you know, in his view, he's got this connection here, this divine connection. He can do it. He can pull it off, is what I'm hearing. That's what he's feeling. What personal message does he have for us? Okay, what personal message does Donald Trump have for us? Let's see. Quite interested to see what this is. Oh, look at that. I am the Emperor. Okay, I am the Emperor and I'm going nowhere. It's exactly what I said 2 years ago on that video with Steve Judd. Now, I'm not saying that he's saying you're going to have to drag me out screaming and shouting, you know, away from the throne, as it were. But, you know, it is that sort of energy. I'm the Emperor and I'm going nowhere. That's what his message is. Because, you know, logically, this is my domain. You know, this is my domain. This is where I deserve to be. I can bring stability to the country. I have plans for the future. I can create order out of chaos. So absolutely, you know, he's feeling very much like the Emperor. That's his message to us. Noting here the energy of the Ram and Aries. We're about to move into, on, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday of this week, we've got an Aries full moon. So the Aries full moon feels as though it's going to be particularly bolstering his energy and giving him a bit of oomph. Now, there is, I believe, the first debate with Biden, isn't there? I don't know whether that is this week. Maybe it is. If so, he's going into it very bullish. Okay, I wanted to say he's going into it very bullish and feeling as though he can just sort of... what on earth is that I'm hearing? I'm hearing slam dunk. That's not an expression I've ever used in my life. So is it an American expression? What the hell does slam dunk mean? Let me just look this up. Hold on a minute. Very strange. Well, not strange at all, but it's just the way spirit works. I'm hearing slam dunk. Slam dunk. What does the idiom slam dunk mean? Okay, it means making a forceful move against someone. As in, this is a great chance for us to slam dunk the opposition. The idiom comes from basketball, where it refers to a dramatic shot in which the ball is thrust into the basket from above the rim. Okay, well, I've never seen a basketball match in my life and probably never will, so that's probably why I don't know anything about the term. Okay, that's what I'm hearing, a slam dunk. That's what he's feeling going into this week. That's what he's feeling going into the debate, okay? Let's see what the wild card are. We've got 2 wild cards. We've got the Star and we've got New Moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Right. This is not... This almost feels like a message for the American people. I know I'm reading for Trump, but the wild card can be anything you want it to be at the end of the day. So I'm viewing this, that whatever happens, whether Trump wins, whether Biden wins... there is the potential for success and a happy ending and promising beginnings for you and your loved ones, okay? Because there's so much fear out there at the moment in USA in terms of the outcome on both sides. Some people are really fearing Trump getting back in. Some people are really fearing Biden getting in. And what I think this is the wild card is saying that almost like whoever wins... there is the potential for happier times to come for the USA, which I think would be a bit of a wild card, to be perfectly honest, because there just seems to be so much division and separation that to receive the Star card is beautiful, because the Star card is also the card of healing. So it's saying, I think it's almost as though USA needs to hear, whether you are Republican, Democrat, or have never voted in your life and don't ever intend to, that you and your loved ones are safe, that the country isn't going to implode, that the country is stronger than it appears to be. There is more unity than actually it appears to be. But it's all in the back room is what I'm hearing. So what you're seeing on the streets is real. It's happening. It's out there. But yet there are more people at home holding the energy of peace and wanting to come together than there are the people out there that are trying to sow separation. I'm not saying protesters are sowing separation. I'm just talking about the energy of anarchy and violence, okay? So there's more people at home in the back room is what I'm hearing, wanting and holding the energy of peace and healing, which is the Star card. Lovely, I like that. Okay, let's go to the bottom line then. Let's have a card for the future. So let's go back to Trump here. Trump, future. Donald Trump, future. Thank you. I'm going to have a card from here as well. Donald Trump, future. Doesn't want to reveal his cards. Okay, Donald Trump future. Remember, we have got this Two of Pentacles, which is there's still nothing really decided. But having said that, please, Metatron, can I just have one card? Donald Trump future, thank you. Right, outcome. This is likely outcome as of today. Bearing in mind, we've got the Two of Pentacles and it can change. But as of today, likely outcome in the election for Donald Trump. Likely outcome in the election for Donald Trump. And I'm hearing just one card from here. Okay. That one is sort of sticking out though, isn't it? I want that one as well. Okay. But that was the one I pulled first. I'm going to put it on top. Why is this happening? This will make sense when I've pulled the other cards. Why is this happening? Okay. And we're going to have another wild card. Thank you. And also that one, I want to take that one on the bottom, whatever that is. Okay, 2 wild cards. Future, Donald Trump, future. Strength and the King of Wands. Okay, that's very, very strong energy. King of Wands is strong, motivated, passionate. The Lion has his back. He has vision, dynamic. It's a good card, particularly coupled with the Strength card, which is to do with intellect, intuition, and animals. I'm not quite sure about the reference to animals at this point, but these are good cards for him. So I want to say whatever happens to him, he's not going to be out. What I mean by out is he's not one of these people that just goes, if say he lost, he wouldn't be somebody that just goes away with his tail between his legs and then you never hear from him again. You're still going to keep hearing about him, okay? He's a strong figure and it's as though you're always going to know what's going on in his life. It's as simple as that, okay? So for as long as he lives, he's going to be somebody that is talked about. He's going to be somebody that is written about. He's going to be leading something. And he goes from strength to strength. I think if you look back at his past, whether you approve of, how he's lived his life and how he's run his businesses, whether they have succeeded as businesses or whether they've gone bust. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't even know what the truth is anymore. I almost don't care, to be perfectly honest. I'm just reporting what I'm hearing. He's either the greatest businessman that's ever lived, or he is somebody that's had businesses that have gone under and gone under big. But the point I'm trying to make is he's always bounced back. He's got this inner strength. So he bounces back in some form or another. These are the two that are linked into the election. We've got the Eight of Swords and the Wheel. Now this is, that's quite unsatisfactory in many ways, because there's a few different ways that we could read these cards. The Eight of Swords typically is a card where you're feeling trapped. I mean, just look at the card, okay? It's trapped. It's a trapped energy. But it's with the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is, there's an element of fate and destiny with regard to obviously what happens in the US election and who wins. Now, I did ask what is the likely outcome for him in this election. I mean, it could be that he wins, but then it's almost like, God, you know, what have I wished for? What have I wished for? Why did I want a second term? Because if you look at that card, there isn't a great deal of happiness there. There isn't a great deal of satisfaction. There's actually a lot of torment. There's a lot of torment. There's a lot of mental torment as well. This could be the thing that happens to a lot of politicians, to be perfectly honest, which is that they promise a lot but often can't deliver. And you see it in country after country after country. You see it in politician after politician after politician, that they promise that they can do this and that, and then they get in and it's like, oh my God, what do I do now? You know, now I've got to deliver. And to be perfectly honest, whoever is leader of the USA or whoever is leader of any other country around the world at the moment, it's difficult because we're going through what we're going through as a world. And whatever you believe about the virus, there are real knock-on effects in terms of the economy, in terms of people's health and well-being. So, you know, that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is that fate is moving him on. The Wheel of Fortune turns and moves him on, because I was talking about him. It moves him on to the next stage of his life, in or out of the White House, where, I'm sorry, but it's not looking that great. You know, he's looking a bit tormented here. But remember, we did have these cards which were to do with he has got an inner strength and he does tend to bounce back. But, you know, Eight of Swords is, I mean, his hands are tied there. He's got a blindfold on and he's got black, you know, whether they're supposed to be crows or ravens that are circling around him. Let's pull one from this deck, just because I didn't pull one from this deck for outcome. See if that can give us anything else. So this is election outcome. Okay, that one's flown out of the deck. Okay, it's the Death card. I picked it up in reverse. It sort of went like that, so I'm not sure if I meant to read it in reverse or not. I'm not being given the answer whether he wins or not, to be honest, because you could read this two ways as well. You could read this that this is the death of the dream. He doesn't get in. It's not a second term. Or you could read it that well, no, death is death though, isn't it? Death is death. So I'm trying to now see, is there a positive interpretation of this card? Death coming upside down could be it's not all over. But yet we've got it with the Eight of Swords, which is entrapment. I'm entrapped. There's a slow death process. This isn't, I'm not talking about physical death here. No, it came in like that, didn't it? It came in like that. It came in upside down. And the thing is, it came in upside down. On this deck, I'm going with these words. This says suspension of consciousness, new life and being reborn. It came in reverse. So it isn't new life. It isn't being reborn. And it's with the Eight of Swords. It's feeling trapped. It's not looking good. These cards aren't particularly positive for me. Why is this happening? Communication. I mean, that card, why is this happening? What are we actually asking from this card? We've got communication. Okay, thank you, Metatron. Metatron's saying there is communication that's going to come in between now and January. I think January is inauguration, isn't it? There's going to be communication that comes in between now and January, which seems to have an impact on all of this. Has an impact on Trump, has an impact on the USA, has an impact on the vote, has an impact on the election. But I mean, I did pull this for him. There's communication that comes in. He receives communication. Let's see what the wild cards are. That's somebody bringing in the bins, by the way, if you can hear that, which might be everything that happens on camera is sort of related. Someone's bringing in the bins, bringing in the rubbish. Maybe this is linked into the past. It's almost like I want to go full circle. Something from the past comes back. Something from the past comes back and is communicated and causes this sort of feeling of that. What are the wild cards? Yeah. The moon. There is something we can't see. There's something that we're not meant to see at the moment. There is something that is deliberately being kept secret and is not being revealed. Now, again, I pulled this with regard to Trump. There's something we don't know about him. The Knight of Wands, as the motorbike roars by, is an energy of somebody celebrating something linked into something that is to be revealed. And I think whether you're celebrating what's being revealed very much depends on whether you love him or loathe him. Let's pull one from here, another wild card from here. I'm going to ask, why have we got the moon? Sorry, there's 3 there. I don't want 3. Why have we got the moon for the wild card? Ooh, okay. Be like that then. The world and karma. Sorry, it's not really about Trump that I'm doing that. It's just I'm so interested by the cards and how they all fall. Well, you've seen it, guys. Okay, right. What is revealed, what we can't yet see that isn't revealed in the moon, is karma comes and bites him on the backside. I'm sorry, I'm just having to say what I'm being given. Karma comes and bites him on the backside. We've got rebirth, reincarnation and celebration, renewal, world. The world card is the end of a cycle. It's the end of a cycle. Karma comes in. It's the end of a cycle. And then the death process happens. The moving on. I mean, to be honest, personally, I believe that a country gets the leader it deserves because the leader is a reflection of the collective consciousness that's out there. So when you judge somebody, you're actually judging yourself anyway. And if you like somebody, you're actually seeing something in them that you like yourself as well. Just trying to think of a final question I can ask to try and wrap this up. Let's ask one here. Oh, okay, it's just fallen out. The Hermit. What was in my mind was I was about to say, what's his position in January 2021? I didn't say it on camera. That's what was in my mind, but I hadn't formulated it and expressed it. But as I was shuffling, that's what I was thinking. And then the Hermit's been thrown out. The Hermit is a period of self-reflection. The Hermit is a period of going within. This may very well be the USA having to go within and look at itself. But, you know, this is a reading for Trump. I keep saying that, but it is. So he's in Hermit mode. He is in Hermit mode. Thinking, introspection, reflection, The thing about this Hermit card I can't help but notice is it's the Hermit is like floating up here in the air. The Hermit isn't actually on the path. The path is ever upward, but yet this Hermit is just like floating above it all. Donald Trump 2021. The Queen of Wands. You see, it's the female again. Judgment also on the bottom of the deck. There's been a judgment. There's a lady that's risen. There's a lady that's rising in American politics and consciousness. Either who brings in a judgment towards the administration and him. Could even be the lady that just passed, RBG. That her spirit has some sort of effect. But this is all female energy. And in a way, I'm not surprised to see it because I keep getting the female energy rising the whole time in the USA. Trump is not a feminine energy. You know, however much you love him, you wouldn't say necessarily he's an example of the divine feminine in action. He's not. So, I don't know. January 2021, we've got the Queen of Wands. The Hermit, which I feel is Trump. And there's been a judgment that's come up. Whether this is even after the election, you know. Whatever happens with the election, it almost feels like something might happen between the election and inauguration day. The feminine energy seems to rise. If it's not what I think it is, which is, well, I've already said it on my Biden video, you know, the Kamala Harris type energy. I know at the moment she's not running for president, but I basically have said that I feel Biden passes the baton to her at some point in his presidency if he was to win. If it's not her and it's not that scenario, it's a very powerful woman within Trump's administration, his new administration for 2021 and beyond. But yet he's, you know, would he be happy with a very, very strong woman at his side? I don't know. Maybe he gets a new vice president that's just very, very extraordinary and, you know, but it's female. But I was asking about him. But yet it's like, where is he in these cards? It's all female. Interesting, hey? Please don't be triggered or offended if what I've said hasn't fitted in with what you wanted the cards to say. I've just read the cards as I saw them and found it quite interesting. At the end of the day, we'll see how it all plays out. And things can change between now and November, and it looks like between now and January. Remember, the first card out of the deck was the Two of Pentacles, options, choices. So it isn't completely decided, but that does look like what it's looking like today. Much love, everybody. See you all soon. Bye for now.